What's up, y'all? Okay, so it's been a cool minute, and there has been so much to share. But today, I need to tell y'all about the craziness that I went through. So, I've been substituting, and let me tell you about the shenanigans that went down in Crazy Town. So, I was substituting at a junior high school today. That probably says a lot, and it probably says enough already, but whatevs. So, substituting at a junior high, and I was supposed to be substituting for the choir class. So, anyone who knows me already knows that I am a singer. And I was so excited when I saw that there was a choir class needing a substitute teacher. I was like, yay! Something up my alley. So exciting. Right? And I was like, yay, I get to like hang out with some kids that want to sing and I can teach them some vocal training techniques and sing some songs, get to hear them sing, get to share in their excitement about singing. That's what I had in my mind, my silly little joyful vision of the fun that we would have for the day. Stupid. That is not how today played out at all. So, all the joyful people who wanted to be in choir, those were the kids that actually left today with the choir teacher because they went to a competition. And the children that were left behind to be with a substitute, with the exception of like maybe six or so students, were all the barnacles who didn't make it into the show choir for various reasons. Not all skill related, if you know what I mean. Anyways, so yeah. So the eighth graders that I had were only seven of them. They were at the beginning portion of my day that I had because I came in the afternoon, and they weren't so bad, honestly. They weren't the toughest portion of the group. They they started off a bit rough. I won't deny it. Um, but by the end, I think we kind of massaged it out that, we were all on the same team, you know. Um, we kind of were all there for the same purpose. And it all kind of worked out by the end, in my opinion, I think. And I got to hear one girl sing. They let me sing for them, and I did teach them some vocal techniques. I did have to give some girls a little bit of a reality check because, they're like, I took this because it's an easy A. And I was like, but on your grade report, it's a B. So why is that? And they're like, well, I didn't get an A because I didn't get, I haven't participated enough. And I was like, if you want an A, then maybe you should participate. And then we discussed, how they could, put the effort in and put the effort in. I don't know. And try instead of just being a booger. and ruining it for the rest of the class because they want to be a booger. Because they were being a booger until like about a quarter of the way through the class. And I called them out on being a booger. And then they were like, okay, maybe we can stop being a booger. And then they kind of got in the rhythm, and then they started having fun. So, yeah, it was a pretty good class overall. Now, let's talk about the seventh graders. Those seventh graders, first off, the class started with a boy walking into the classroom saying, "My butt cheeks is clapping." And I said, "Excuse me?" "Excuse me, sir. I don't know you, and you don't know me. And I'm sure that the rest of our friends in here in the classroom don't want to know that about you. That sounds like something you need to share with a medical professional. So, do you need a pass to the nurse's office?" At this point, everybody in the classroom has fallen out their chairs laughing because I have now busted him all the way out for walking in the classroom talking about something about his backside. I was like, sir, we don't need to know nothing about your backside. Like, that's not business that you need to share with the group. We don't need to hear about that. No, sir. No. Shh. That's a secret that needs to be kept to oneself. Like, no, no. Mm-mm. 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 No, no. No, shh. Keep that to yourself. So that's how we started things. And then it just kept going from there. So that was one boy. And I was like, Lord have mercy. This is how we're going to start a thing. Then I had a gaggle of girls come in and go into this like dirty corner of the classroom that's like kind of a shut off corner of like, it looks like the lost and found of the school. I was like, what is happening? And I immediately told the girls, like, no, no, that's not what we're doing. We're going to join the classroom. We're going to come and locate a seat in the choir area of the choir class. We're not going to hovel up in whatever that dungeony, danky corner is, and we're going to join the class. That's what we're going to do. And I had a boy pop in and was like, Mr. Saxton's not here? Okay, never mind. And like pop back out. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. But then I still had to get back to this hovel of girls and the craziness in the corner. And then I had a bunch of girls holding up a wall. And I was like, the building, last I checked, was structurally sound. You do not need to hold up the wall. You can locate a seat and put your bottom in it, and it'll be all right. I believe this building is earthquake safe. So, yeah. So that's how this class is beginning. Then, out of the gaggle of girls, I had 3 of them put themselves in chairs respectfully, and I had 2 funky little monkeys that did not want to be on task. But I needed to go out the door because the bell rung and they made an announcement that all the people who are part of some Black History Month activity thing needed to go somewhere else. And that young man who asked about Mr. Saxton still hadn't found his way back into this classroom. So I went out the door to go locate my stray. So I opened the door and I go down, look at the hallway, and I said, excuse me, is there a young man wearing an orange jacket walking around confused? I believe he belongs in Mr. Saxton's class, and he is lost. And he comes walking down the hallway towards my direction with some girl hanging all on him. And I was like, hello, sir, surprise. Aren't you supposed to be in Mr. Saxton's class? And he's like, and I was like, yes, you are. Get your happy tail in Mr. Saxton's class. The bell has rung. And so the girl's all, ain't nothing cute about it. And he goes into the classroom and she's like, I don't know what these teachers or who these teachers think that. I was like, girl, if you don't get yourself wherever you're supposed to be, because the bell has rung. Last I checked, you were supposed to be somewhere and not be wandering down these hallways. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And last I checked, these teachers, who these teachers think they are, we are your educators. That's who we are. We are here to educate you. And I'm educating you that the bell has rung and you are supposed to be in your classroom or wherever your designated location is supposed to be, but I am certain it is not a hallway. And I, this educator, am supposed to be educating these students on some vocal instruction. So that's where I'm going to go. And today I am not your educator, so I ain't wasting no time on you. Goodbye and have a great day, young lady. Goodbye. She's like, don't talk to me so that I don't have to say something. I was like, I don't have time for you right now. I'm not your educator today. Goodbye. And I turned around and went in my classroom. She better be glad Miss Jennie was not her educator today, because I would have had to educate her on how to deal with an adult person. Because you don't come flipping them gums, little 8th grader. Hush your tail. Hush your tail. Who are you talking to? You are not grown. No. A grown-up just told you you needed to get your tail to wherever you were supposed to be. Get your tail to wherever you're supposed to be. Why do you have some clap back? What you clapping back for? There ain't nothing to clap back to. I didn't say anything crazy to you. All I said to you is you are supposed to be somewhere other than the hallway, which is an accurate statement because you are supposed to be somewhere other than the hallway. Last I checked, the bell rang. You are supposed to be somewhere other than the hallway. Get your behind on. Anyway, that's a side note. All these kids better be glad I ain't their mama. That's all I got to say. All I got to say. What is wrong with these kids? What is wrong with it? What is wrong with these kids? What is wrong with these children? Anyways, so then I get back in the classroom with my little stray, and those two little hooligans are still in their cubby. So I got to call them out again. And I say, apparently, there are some folks who don't understand English when it's spoken to them. So I'm going to reiterate myself and repeat the instructions that I have given to the group. There will be no one in that cubby. Everyone will join the class. Mr. Saxton, I don't care what Mr. Saxton does when he is here. Mr. Saxton is not here. He has left me in charge of the class today while he is away. And while he is away today, I'm in charge and I would like for everyone to join the class. So please grab a chair and come join the class. That's all I've asked. I haven't asked you to go make something and fly into outer space. All I've asked you to do is come up out of the cubby and sit in the general space of the classroom. That's all I asked. It's not hard. Just, I don't want to sit over there next to him. I said, you don't have to sit next to anyone specific. The chairs are not glued down, nailed down, hammered down. It's not vestibule, pews like a church. These are plastic folding chairs. You can pick them up and move them wherever you choose, as long as they are in the general classroom area, so you are a participant in the activities of the classroom today. Okay. Okay. I mean, if it takes all that, fine. Do what you gotta do. Just bring 2 chairs over here. That's all I care. Shoot. I mean, well, I ain't never seen plastic chairs evoke so much emotion. But, boy. Anyways, they finally get the 2 chairs over and we can move forward finally with what we was discussing. Which all I was trying to do was ask these kids a few simple questions like, what were the vocal ranges? Like, which was the groupings? What were they previously working on with their instructor? I just was trying to get a baseline understanding of what was going on in their choral class. But we couldn't even get that far before there was more colorful behaviors. Mr. Saxton said we was going to have a free day. Interestingly enough, guys, I spoke to Mr. Saxton before he left. And he was okay with me giving you guys some vocal instructions and teaching you some basic vocal techniques so that you can strengthen your vocal skills. Because I have a background in singing and vocal instruction. And he thought, wow, that's great. So you can kind of give them a semi-seminar while I'm gone. That's amazing. Yes, do that. That's awesome. I wish the other kids were going to get to have that. The ones that are going to do the concert. Maybe I'll have you come back and do that with the concert students. Maybe I should have saved my mini seminar for students other than these little ratchet girls. Yes, and if they happen to see this video, you know who you are. You're ratchet girls. The ones that whip their little pieces of paper in my face. I gotta turn in this paper. I gotta turn in my paper. I gotta turn in my paper. You know who you are. And the one who thought they was gonna put me on some TikTok, Snapchat video, or whatever that was. You know who you are. You know who you are. You the ratchet girls. You too. You are the ones I'm talking about. You two are the ratchet girls. You're ratchet. You're ratchet little ratcheties. You need to grow up. And you're probably getting raised by ratchet people. And they need to be corrected as well. Equally, ratchetness is happening. What is wrong with you people? Why aren't you teaching your daughters how to behave themselves properly? Why are you letting them behave this way? Why are you raising them to act like this? That is uncouth and unladylike behavior. Your daughter came into school, acted like such a fool, then decided to try to videotape her teacher, who corrected her and told her, no, in class, instead of being on your phone, acting like a fool, I'm going to teach you, which is what I am here to get paid to do. I am here to teach you, and I'm going to teach you some vocal techniques and skills so that you can improve your vocal skills, since this is choir class. And instead of learning the vocal techniques, she wanted to act a fool. Then she thought she was going to videotape me, and I called her out. Ratchet. So wherever she learned that from, more than likely it's her mama, grandmama, auntie, whoever, equally ratchet. You should be embarrassed. Now, for the other one who acted equally ratchet and evilly behaved, awful behavior, waving their papers in my face because they did not manage their time properly, because they did not do their work on time. Your crisis cannot become somebody else's crisis because you didn't take care of your business. No, 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 no. No. Your crisis is your crisis. You are responsible for your error. You are responsible for your crisis. If you want your crisis to become somebody else's issue, you cannot ask me in a way by throwing it in my face and yelling and screaming. No way, Jose. And your problem is never more important than somebody else's problem. Especially a problem that you made for yourself. You made the problem for yourself by not taking care of your work on time. That is your own issue. So how dare you try to break in the middle of me having a conversation with another one of your peers because you feel like your business is more important than someone else's. Absolutely unacceptable. And whoever you learned that from, they should be ashamed. You've seen somebody do that over and over again. Jump in front of somebody else because they think their life is so much more important than everybody else's. Absolutely unacceptable and treacherous behavior. Not okay. You need to patiently wait. Your life is not more important than somebody else's. And if you have caused yourself trouble because you didn't take care of your business on time, you didn't turn in your assignment on time, you didn't do your work on time, that is your problem. And your crisis is no one else's crisis. And never will be. So no matter how loud you get, and no matter how much you wave your papers in somebody else's face, that's your problem, not somebody else's problem. And for you to get mad at me because I refuse to let it be my problem is ridiculous. I didn't make you late on your papers. Those papers were late before you got to my classroom. Those papers were late before you left the classroom you had them with. Get out of here. Those papers were late even if I let you leave my classroom to take them over there. They were already late when you were working on them in my classroom. Girl, bye. So your crisis is never going to be my problem. Your crisis starts and ends with you. Stop making problems for yourself. And don't blame me or anybody else that you can't get your stuff together and get your time and your priorities in order. If you weren't about everybody else's business and actually focused on your own business for a minute, instead of keying with your friend and making videos about nonsense and wasting your time, you would actually have all of your business handled on time. And then you wouldn't have to be waving your papers in your teacher's face saying, I need to turn this in, it's late. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. Show you right. Anyways, now that I've gotten that out of my system, I can rest easy tonight, y'all. But it has been a rough and wild time teaching these childrens. But it's crazy because I'm seeing the behavior that comes out of these kids, and all I can think to myself is these children started off as infants and they knew nothing. So they learned these crazy tricks from somebody. And their only environments thus far have been very, very few. You know what I mean? They start off in very few environments. They live a very sheltered existence. They start off at home and then at school in most cases, right? So they're only going to be experiencing those two environments and learning all of their tricks and all of their life lessons from those two environments. So where do you think they are learning these nasty, treacherous, ratchet behaviors from? I highly doubt that their teachers are running around shaking papers in people's face and telling them it's late and I need it now and So where are they learning that type of behavior from? Where are they learning that underhanded, manipulative behavior of, I don't like what you're doing, so I'm going to try to videotape you so I can make it seem like you're doing something bad, and then I can turn it some other way and make you... No, you're not sneaky. You're not going to show me in a bad light. I'm not going to say anything that I am going to be ashamed of. I never do. Me? Not me. Maybe some other teachers, but not me. No. Because just what I said in front of them, I said it in front of the principal. When the principal came in to come, I asked him to come in the classroom, and exactly what I said to them, I said it with him in the classroom when I sent them out the class with him. That's right. So I have no shame in what I have to say. Because what I have to say, I believe in and I will stand behind. I feel like for some reason we have lost the confidence to tell children and even the adults that are behind these children when they are truly and honestly off kilter. Because we don't want to hurt their feelings. But honestly, what it boils down to is facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. And the facts are you are ruining your child's life, and not just their life today, but you are ruining their future. And I think if we give some of these parents that reality, they may stop for a second, because they might not consciously realize that what they're doing is exactly what their parents did to them. And they might not know that what they're doing is exactly what their parents did to them. And they really don't want to do that. Because in their mind, they're thinking, I don't want to be like my parents. And they're doing everything that they think they can do to not be like their parents. But unconsciously, they have become just like their parents. And they're making things terribly turn out awfully for their children, because they haven't healed from what's happened when they were children. And so therefore, the cycle repeats itself, and ratchet makes ratchet, and ratchet makes ratchet. And it goes on and on and on. But the fact of the matter is, it can be fixed. But it's only going to be fixed when honesty comes through and someone tells you this is the illness so that you can get the cure. You'll never know that you need to go in for treatment if no one tells you that you have an illness. If everyone's too scared to tell you you have cancer, you'll never go in to get cancer treatment. Could you imagine if your doctors were too scared to tell you, Billy Bob, after the testing results came in, you have cancer. But they were so scared that they were going to hurt your feelings. Oh, we don't want to hurt his feelings and tell him he's got the cancer. We don't want to hurt his feelings. Those facts are going to hurt his feelings, so we don't want to tell him. So they're like, well, you got something that makes you feel a little funny. Oh, yeah, you get a little red rash sometimes. And sometimes people don't like to be around you. And they avoid it instead of just telling you straight up, you got the cancer. And we need to put you in the treatment to get rid of the cancer so that you could possibly be well. Wouldn't you rather just get the truth? Like, yo, you got the cancer. It's stage 2. Here are our options: surgery, chemo, radiation, medication, meditation, whatever it is. And then start the course of care so that you could recover, right? Like, wouldn't you just want to know, just hit me with the news, let's go. And then let's get to the process, and then let's go through the process and recover, right? But instead of doing that with the other things that are not as blatantly obvious, everyone wants to just kind of pussyfoot around instead of just being straight up like, you've got the ignorant. That's the diagnosis. You've got the ignorant. I hate to tell you, I hate to break it to you, but you got the ignorant. I'm sorry. It's all over you. I see it. I mean, look, y'all can't pay your light bill. You can't pay your rent. All you've been eating is top ramen noodles, and peanut butter and jelly. But everybody in the house is wearing Jordans. Y'all got the ignorant. So, I hate to break it to you. Y'all got the ignorant. That's okay, though. We absolutely have a cure. It's called a money management course, where they're going to teach you about fiscal management, thinking clearly with your money and understanding why it's not so important to be chasing after big name products when you can't live inside that brand name means. At least not right now. Maybe in the future. If you want to do that, you're going to have to earn more money. If you want to earn more money, then maybe you need to go into a trade. Go become a welder or a cosmetologist or an esthetician or a number of any other trades. Electrician, a plumber. There's so many trades that need people. And then you'd make more money. And then you could afford Jordans and a refrigerator full of food and a nice car. But, for me to not give you the diagnosis of the fact that you're ignorant because you're, instead of paying your rent and buying proper food, you'd rather buy Jordans. That's dumb. for me not telling you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. That's stupid. The facts are the facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. The facts are that's an ignorant choice. Nike does not need your money. You need your money. Nike doesn't need your money. You need your money. Clearly, you need your money if you can't pay your rent. Those are the facts. They don't care about your feelings. Right? That's what I'm talking about when I say it's time for us to start handing out some real, true diagnoses so that we can start handing out some real cures for some curious problems in our neighborhoods. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye, y'all.